Did you know there's an option in the settings that gives Frey almost unlimited stamina? And since you use a ton of stamina in the game, this almost feels like a cheat, but it's really useful if you want to be able to parkour and sling spells at the enemies. So every game has some settings that should be changed to help improve the gameplay experience, and Forspoken is no different. Here are 5 more settings you should change before you start your journey in Athia. Turning Audiovision on is a game changer if you're trying to get more experience and resource drops. Having this on will automatically evade just about anything that comes your way, and let you focus on delivering those satisfying spells and being able to zip around the enemies. However, it will not automatically evade the red warning attacks. Those you'll have to do on your own. Evading the enemies and attacking their weaknesses will increase your combat score, providing you with better XP and better resource drop rates the higher the score is. As helpful as the setting is, it does have a minor downside. If you evade while charging an attack, the evade will cancel the attack. While this isn't a big deal, it can be frustrating at times. Another setting you should look at is performance mode. This seems to be the best option on the PS5 because from my experience, the other 2 options cause serious frame rate drops and the enemies in the distance look like they stutter at times, but performance mode puts you at a steady frame rate of about 60 frames per second, while ray tracing gives better visuals and quality focus is steady frame rate at 4K, but like I said before, these 2 seem to not be able to perform well on the PS5. Of course, you can mess with these yourself and find which ones is to your liking, but from my experience in messing with these 2, performance mode seems to be the most stable option. If you're someone who likes to go around gathering every resource in the world, you'll want to turn on the option to auto-gather. While out and about in Athia, you'll find many resources used for upgrading your cloaks and necklaces and used for crafting potions and such. Thankfully, you won't have to run around spamming the X button and gather these resources because there's an option for Frey to pick them up as she walks over them. As you're sprinting around the world, simply just run over or around the resources, and with this on, you'll automatically pick them up in your inventory. This is a minor setting, but people seem to dislike Clef. So, in the settings, there's an option to change Clef'S dialogue to low. He tends to interject himself into everything Frey does, and this can be pretty annoying at times, and it doesn't take long for the dialogue to exhaust, and then their interactions begin to play on repeat. However, if you want to hear Frey and Clef interact more, and get a more deeper understanding of the world and such, you also have the option to turn Clef'S chat frequency to high. I've played around with all 3 of these options. Setting it to low felt much more natural, but that's just my personal experience. Again, mess with this setting and see what feels best for you. Some resources can be a bit difficult to see, especially if you are parkouring around Athia. Turning the setting to highlight resources to high makes them much brighter and easier to see. This setting combined with the auto gathering setting makes finding and gathering resources a breeze. Something else you should do that I think helps making resources more visible is to turn off motion blur. Many people do this by default, but it's noted that it is on, so you need to go in the settings to turn off motion blur. You do lots of sprinting and jumping around, and having motion blur on is just a pain and makes it very difficult to see things. So with this off, you'll be able to see more clearly the resources around the map. That's all I have for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying Forspoken and having a blast. I am loving the game. I'm having tons of fun with it, and I hope you guys are as well. Let me know if there's any settings I missed that you guys have used personally down below. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button for more Forspoken content going forward. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.